and the Cubs stayed there.
Where they stayed at?
At the Astor?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you were,
I
what?
worked there. In
Yeah.
the flower shop. Times Square, right at the Astor.
Yeah.
Fun place to work. You couldn't ask for a better place.
I'll never forget when you told me, like, you'd have to deliver flowers in the middle of the winter.
Oh, God. Canarsie. Here's the best one of all. Johnny says to me, he says, God, these black people drive me crazy. He says, what? He
Cut.
says, no, wait a minute. When this guy's president, I'm not. There's one. No. So anyway, this guy had like gladiolas, and just some flowers in the middle, and it was sleet outside. And I asked John, where am I going with this? Way out in Brooklyn, Canarsie line. I mean, right next to the end, right? Okay, I says, and what's the name of it? He says, it's a Baptist church or something. He says, here's the address, and he says, it's, I call it, the guy told me, he says, you get off the subway train and then you head this way, and it's about 3 blocks. I get on the train, and not a lot of people on the train, so I lay this thing on the floor, finally get to the stop. There's hardly any people in the train. Like, I get up, I go outside, it's terrible weather. It's that rain that turns to sleet, and I'm walking. When I get to the place, I walk inside.
Wait, how old are you?
I'd say 14. And this sheet of ice this big black minister looks at me and says, what's going on? I says, well, somebody got these. And he says, well, there's two of these churches that have the funeral services. I said, well, this gentleman here, he's in the one about 5 blocks away. Took a deep breath. I made it there, right? When I get there, I'm soaking wet, freezing cold, and there's a little step down, and they got the paper, the fake glass, the red
Stained glass.
and the door is about like that, and I walk down these steps, and I've got this wreath over it, and I'm looking through the door, and then the holy rollers or something. Yeah, man, they go into town, and like that. Then I'm really looking like this. Some little kid about this big comes up and pokes me right in the back. Says, "Who died?" I almost died. I said, "Oh God!" He said, "You going in there?" He said, "Yeah." He says, "You better run." And I said, "Why?" He says, "He's telling me because I'm white." I just opened up the door and went inside there. And man, I says, they had. You remember what was his name? Joe Palooka had that big black-eyed Bluto or something. That big dark bearded punk. So anyway, this big nigger guy comes. No, I'm telling you, he really was. No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
I know. Okay, but we don't really use that word anymore in 2016.
Anyway, this big Negro gentleman came, and he says to me, "What's this?" I says, "Is this a?" Yeah. He says, "He here?" I said, "Well, somebody sent him." "Who sent him?" I said, "I don't know. I'm just a messenger. I'm just a delivery boy."
Were the flowers frozen at that point?
I opened the paper bag up like that, then redid everything. It was all falling apart and everything like that. Then he said, "Well, you ain't got no tip from me." He said, "Because I don't have nothing to do with this." And I said, "Oh, okay." So I go back. What's the matter?
Nothing, I just can't hear.
Anyway, I go back to the train, and the train shut down the power. I go up, I put my nickel in. I go upstairs, and there's a little tiny little room no bigger than a nest with 2 seats on it. And there's a guy sitting on the other end. And I says, "You been here long?" And he said, "About 10 minutes. And we're freezing to death. And man, I mean, you're in the wrong territory. So finally, by the time the lights came on, there wasn't a train in the station. And it took another 10 minutes before a train came by. I got on that thing, and they come all the way back home. And they hadn't gone home yet. They were still there. They stayed open until maybe about 9 or 10. So I walked in, and I just told them what happened and everything. And they went, "Oh, my God." I said, "I'd have given you, I would have given you guys money not to have done that." So Johnny looked at me, he said, here, take it over. He gave me a $5 bill. He says, why? He says, I said, why did you do that? He says, you know, this guy kind of scared me. He intimidated me. He says, I know he had a gun. He said, I could see it. The big. You deliver? Yeah, I do. Okay, that's all he said. How much? You know? I don't like that. Anyway, that was one of my stories.